Yo, what's good, big dog? It's your boy Samurai, and this is the Great Debates. This is the Great Debates, y'all. Uh, so today's debate is who sired Honey Bunch? Who sired Honey Bunch? All right, and the reason why it's even a topic, because like honestly, like it shouldn't be, but it is. So we get to it and we discuss it. This is an open panel. I dropped the link for anybody who wants to come through. It is zero smoke. You say what you say and leave leave how you want to leave it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Melee, what's good, big dog, man? How's Masa doing? Yeah, man. Uh, but yeah, it's the great debate, y'all. Who sired Honey Bunch? Who sired Honey Bunch? And man, I've learned so much. Oh, appreciate that, Melee. Appreciate that. Y'all, I've learned genuinely in the last 24 hours more about Honey Bunch than I have learned in the last 35 years, man. Um, it's it's amazing to me the response or the responses that I've been fortunate enough to receive and to extend um, what I don't know. Extend how much I don't know. Big Tony, what's good, big dog? Yeah, it's been amazing to me to see the responses and extend how much I don't know about these dogs. And how much I'll never know about these dogs because yeah, I got some I got some questions and this is more so for the OGs, but anybody can answer them. If you know the answer, you know the answer, you know what I'm saying? But so the first question I got is who do y'all recommend that we listen to? Because I have yet to see y'all as a collective say, you know what? Regardless of our differences, this person knows what they're talking about. And I'm starting to see why it's like that. So it's been a couple OG, and I respect them. Like it's big respect to OG. Now I don't respect how they go about handling their business, whatever. Like they can still get slapped upside their head, but like I respect that they're doing something. They feel activated by what's going on or what's being discussed to say what they got to say. But I got to give a special kudos to Mr. Richard Garcia, schoolboy, because he is doing what I wish more OGs would do from a young guy's perspective. I don't mind a OG telling me that I'm young and green in the game and what I don't know, right? What I don't, well, where my ears shut off is when you're not giving me the right answer. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, bro, and y'all go check out the comments. You know what I'm saying on Facebook specifically on my Facebook page, right? They'd be like, sorry, young brother, but you got to answer wrong. Okay, what's the right answer then? You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, okay, why are you on here, Ben? But go tell your parents go tell your parents what you're doing, Ben. Go tell your parents what you were doing. And let them handle it. All right. I'm not here to be your parent. If you probably trolling anyways, but if you 10, go tell your parents what you're doing. Go wake them up and tell them you over here listening to me and talk about names of dogs. But yeah, man. So it's it's been at least 9, like what I would consider like 60, 70 plus year old dog men that have commented, and they like, well, Honey Bunch's sire is this or Honey Bunch's sire is that. To include the Mr. Tom Garner, you know what I'm saying? So Tom Garner's in the chat. A bunch of people was in the chat, man. You know, Heart and Finish was good, big dog. We on here arguing already. Heart and Finish. We on here arguing, bro. But it's a good, healthy argument. You know what I'm saying? Healthy argument. So my thing is this, and see, H and F, you like in that middle ground where you young enough to fool with us, but you old enough to understand what the OG be talking about too. You know what I'm saying? But this is the specific thing that was said. Okay, let me give y'all the full breakdown. I got y'all in here, the homies in here, Melee in here, Heart and Finish in here, Tony, Big Tony in here. Okay, so y'all, this what started it. I've been doing these posts on Instagram, the reels, and I've been getting a lot of traction from them. Just talking, you know what I'm saying? Like just talking, right? And most of the topics are things that I find to be in high contention. Like nobody has the right or wrong answer. So like I'm not looking to be right, which is why it's funny to me when people like get irritated with me specifically because I'm like I never said I was right or wrong, you know. But it's people that want to be right. They want to be heard really really bad. Top of the morning, Barbie bad A. They want to be heard real bad, and this is where it gets funny now. I'm starting to understand now why some people do the things they do, and I got a new level of respect for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trolling, but what I'm looking for is a lot of these things that I've been argued, cussed out, called all kind of names about. None of you niggas got the answers to it. None of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's hilarious about it. Because you know, I used to get in my feelings thinking like, man, like, am I really that wrong? And no, like, it's just the sampling that I was getting on just YouTube alone was telling me one thing, and that was like the general consensus for YouTube. Then the Facebook audience got they on answer or you know what I'm saying. Appreciate that, Barbie Bad A. Uh, the Facebook audience, they got their own way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like they do things, and Instagram do their own thing, and TikTok. And it's this. It's literally like there's a nuclear group of people that really fool with all the forms of social media, but there's a whole different vibe on each one of them, right? And so the question I was originally talking about was how do you start your own line of dogs? That's where it started out last week, and then from there it spiraled to a young man asked me a man younger than me. I'm 36. A man younger than me asked me um, about doing a cross. He specifically said he wanted to do a honey bunch Eli cross. And a lot of times I don't even respond to comments. I just hit like on them or whatever. But like I'll glance at I'll glance to see like if anything's like thought provoking because like these are like a lot of good conversation topics, right? And so the young man said he wanted to do an Eli honey bunch cross. Now mind you, this could have been an OG just testing to see my knowledge or whatever, like to see like what I thought I knew. And so I didn't care if it was right or if it was a real young person or a person just saying, I don't care. Like we just talking. It's just an internet chat site, right? And so I made a video because like I don't like the whole text message board thing. I like to just make a video and get out there. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong, just put like I'm a creator. That's what I do. I put stuff out there based on my hot take. Yes, you can do more. I can do more research or less research on it, but like hot takes are what make it fun. Like you want to hear what the person would say, like as if we were talking in person, right? Like if we're in person having a conversation and you ask me what the weather's like, the most I might do is pull my phone out and look at the weather for the city that I'm in, right? But I'm not gonna sit there and do like write you a 5-page paper and then read it to you in a in-person conversation. And that's how like my videos to be like we're having a conversation, you and me right now, right? And so I took 5 minutes and like Honey Bunch, I'm kind of familiar with. Well, at least I thought I was familiar with Honey Bunch, right? And so I was like, okay, I know Honey Bunch come down off Bully Son, come down off Eli. Okay, so to me, that's not a cross. That's what I said. I stand on that. I still believe that. Like, it's not a cross. To me, that's line breeding, not even like loose line breeding. It's just family breeding. Like you're breeding a grandfather's blood to the granddaughter's blood, right? And so, man, like I got I ain't get beat up. Like niggas kept it real, but like it was just like I think they were thinking about there were so many different emotions, right? There were so many different people with their different emotions. Like there are some people and nothing they said was wrong. It just didn't. This is why I get the frustration for me. None of what they said was wrong, but the stuff they said didn't benefit the question that the young man asked. This is the frustration I get with people like that. Like this is the stuff that like you need a paid site, right? Like that's why I fool with Garcia so hard. Like shout out to Mr. Garcia. I gotta keep giving him shout outs. If y'all want y'all questions answered, like holla at people like Schoolboy, GHK, like you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like you know what I'm saying, they're a little bit more on the performance side of things only. I wouldn't say that like I mean they talk pedigrees too, but like their breakdowns to me are I don't know. Like it just different vibes. Like if I want to know about working out the dog, I'm probably listen to GHK a little bit more. If I want to know about more about the breeding or like just like the nuances of it, I'm probably gonna fool with Schoolboy more often, right? Fat Bill ain't bad either, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these guys, they got their own. I fool with J-Bo real hard too, you know what I'm saying? And those of y'all that are listening from Facebook, like these are people y'all need to get on YouTube and like listen to because like they're in tune with our generation. And I say our generation, I'm a millennial, right? There's people now that are post millennials that are born after the year 2000 that are in these dogs now. You know what I'm saying? And they looking. I'm not. I'm old. I'm an unk to them. I'm an unk to them. Right. So, anyways, so the argument started with I said that I don't think that's an outcross. I think that's a line breeding, a family breeding, right? With Eli to Honey Bunch type dog or bred dogs. And so let me give y'all some of the comments. And they, like I said, they not wrong. They were just annoying because, like, bro, like I get what you're saying. Like, I don't disagree with you. I'm just telling him that based upon looking at only the paperwork. Now, I don't care about the dog. I don't know your dogs. I don't care. Only looking at the paperwork. If you say you're taking the Honey Bunch to Eli, right? The actual dog themselves, right? It's a good chance to explain the difference between a outcross and line breeding. That's all I was trying to explain, right? I don't care if Honey Bunch's papers are correct or not. On paper, on paper, it's a good way to explain line breeding. Most of these dogs' pedigrees are not correct. That's something I've already overstated. And mind you, these people, they don't know me. Most of these people just saw me off one reel or one little hot take on the internet. But like, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know that I care about the pedigree to the extent of who I got the dog from. Anything beyond that, if I can't look at the parents, grandparents, or whatever, I really can't. Danny, what's good, big dog? I'm glad you're here. So beyond the parents and grandparents, I really could care less like how a dog is bred because if I can't go see the dog for myself, then I really can't, you know what I'm saying? It's based upon a trust thing. And I don't trust any OGs. There's no OG in the game that I trust to have a dog bred the way they say it's bred. Not one. There's not one. I only trust people that are like, I'm gonna be real with you, like I'll get shout out to Thompson Kennels. Like Thompson Kennels shows you every generation of the dog. You can look, you can compare contrast, woo woo woo. Cool beans, right? Ready Red. Like say what you want to about Ready Red. I can go see all the generations of my dog for the last 3 or 4 generations on his yard. Right. So as far as trust, I trust my generation, the millennial generation, way more than I trust the OGs. Now, mind you, it's not that's not a disrespectful thing. The OGs were breeding competitively. All right. And I gotta put these disclaimers in there because people will never understand what I'm talking about. The OGs were breeding competitively. They were putting together something for their own benefit to be able to outclass other kennels or other camps, right? So big respect to them for that. However, what happened is now that they're done and they're retired and they're just chilling, the real stories are coming out. However, the lie has been told for so long, you're not going to unprogram the lie. You're not going to unprogram the lie. It's not going to happen. So what occurs is that my generation, I'm going off what I'm going off what I think it is or what I believe it to be, and then moving forward with the dogs that I have now, right? So that's how when I give advice and I'm talking, I don't care that that y'all say this or say that. Like that's cool. I can't change nothing about that. Regardless of who Honey Bunch's sire is, Honey Bunch is still a dog that existed. And everything that came after her made a name for itself in whatever way it made a name for itself. Right. So all the disclaimer out there to say this. All the disclaimer out there to say this, right? I don't care if Honey Bunch's sire is Bully Son, Ironhead, if she was the product of a dual sire breeding, I don't care personally. I do not care. Okay. What I'm trying to articulate here is that on paper, when I gave the brother the feedback, I gave the brother the feedback on, that was not inaccurate. So what happens is you have this very, very small community of people who know secrets, right? But also, how you gonna prove that what the secret that you're telling me is real? Okay, one, I don't want you to. I don't want you to prove it, right? Not because I don't want to know the truth, but because you're gonna start pulling skeletons out of the closet that don't need to come out of the closet. Leave them skeletons in the closet, okay? Leave your skeletons in the closet. I'm telling you this for your own benefit at this point, OG. You're gonna start bringing out things, and you're gonna start calling out OGs, and you're gonna start calling out your homies and your friends. You're gonna get ostracized because if they wanted that paperwork to say bully son, then that's what they put on that paperwork, and people bought the lie. And you got hundreds of thousands of people right now that have bought that lie or the truth, and they don't care. They got dogs that are working and they're happy, and I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna give you another example. My contemporaries. I have contemporaries that say do the same thing. They say that the dog is bred this way, it's not bred that way, right? And this is why I love the comments that I was getting about saying, like, people were saying, like, don't breed papers. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I have never looked at a dog and been like, oh, but his papers don't line up with my dog. Never. Never have I ever looked at a dog and like, boom, his papers. Y'all, anybody who know me know the first time I'm looking at it is, do I like the way the dog look? And does it do the things that I like for it? Can it work? To do the things I like for it to do? Period. If it could do those things, I wouldn't care if it was scatterbred 64 different ways. I would not care personally because I ain't even going in the direction you going, bro. And that's to anybody that's breeding dogs. I'm not going. We're not going in the same direction. I know we're not going in the same direction. And how do I know? Because the topics I post, 90% of the topics I post are for people that are like doing the traditional thing. They're getting into the bulldogs. They just want to know. They want to understand the terms. They want to understand the concept. They want to understand the breeding, the bloodlines. That's like stuff that I was into when I was significantly younger, right? I found a little mix that I like, my own little gumbo. I've been working it for about 6 years now. I've been into these dogs since I was 16 though, so I got 20 years into dogs, right? But uh in theory, the best answer that I got for how to breed your dogs, the one I like the most, said this. They said, take the dogs. You can have the papers on them, but take the dogs. Get as many as you want to sample. If you want to get three males, three females, or two males and a female, or however you want to do it, get the dogs. Let them grow up. Watch the dogs. If you get more, watch the. If you know what I'm saying, 3.5, 4 years in, breed them. Watch the dogs. Notice what they do alike as an entirety. Like if all your females do this, all my females get sunspots in the summertime. That is a unfortunately genetic trait that they share. But watch the dogs. If all of them have blue eyes to turn brown later on in life, watch the dogs. Over the course of that 5 years, watch the dogs. See which ones, regardless of how they bred, outcross, inbred, line bred, see which ones all possess the same traits. All right. And then once you see those, you take those and you move them over here and you keep breeding those together. And then you see how many more you get with the same traits. Eyes was blue, they turn brown. They get sunspots in the summertime. Okay, cool. We know this is whatever genetic line, whatever genetic quality is coming through the blood, these dogs have it. And they pushing it, right? They're pushing it. They got blue eyes to turn brown and they get sunspots. Okay, so then you do that for another generation. All right. Now, out of every litter, 6 out of 7, 8 out of 10, whatever you want to call it, have that trait. Now you know, now you have an idea of how your dogs are going to produce, good or bad. And if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and keep the paperwork going on those ones. And the other ones, you know what I'm saying, you call them out, you get them spayed, neutered, or send them to a camp that can use them as is. That's it, right? So all this hibbity hoopla about who her sire was, it really doesn't matter. I could care less. I could care less. I've told y'all that about the Red Boy stuff. Like, I don't believe anybody what they say about Red Boy. I don't know if his pedigree is right. I don't know if it's wrong. All I know is that the dog that they called Red Boy, after he was born, he was bred a lot, and the dogs that were supposed to have come off him did well. That's all I know. That's all I care to know. If you come to me and say, no, Red Boy is really a Red Boy and Midlands Outlaw really ain't have they're not related, that's cool. I know when they bred those Red Boy and Midland Outlaw dogs together, they did okay. That's what I do know. So it was let me drop the thing to y'all, so cause you can come in, like it's a for those of y'all that might be new to YouTube, like it's a link, and I can drop the link and you can join and you can give your input as well if you want to. It's not required, but um I'm just not a keyboard warrior. I'm the type that I'm gonna say what I got to say and keep it moving. I don't I prefer not to type it out because you can't understand what I'm saying, or if we go back and forth in a comment section, it don't always turn out well. But at least we get on here, we can hash it out man to man. You can ask the question in real time, and you can even go back and replay it. However you want to do it. But yeah. So uh, I would be more impressed if Honey Bunch was an Ironhead dog. I would. Um, but that's the same thing with the Red Boy. Well, excuse me, that's the same thing I feel about Dynamite. People swear up and down that Dynamite had Red Boy in him. Do I care? Do I know? I don't know. I don't. That's a rumor, right? These are all rumors. Like I don't know if they're real or not. I don't know. I ain't about to sit here and keep spreading them either. But if Dynamite did have Red Boy in there, that would make me happy to find out they had Red Boy in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because then some of the crosses that I'm thinking about making would make more sense when you go back to those traits I was talking about with the blue eyes, the turn brown, and the sunspots. And I'm just using those as examples of things that you'll notice in your dogs. If you watch your dogs over several generations, you'll notice the things that all of them just naturally have. They just naturally do these things, right? Like you don't have to do any training, you don't have to do any conditioning. They gonna do it regardless. Like it's like the sun coming up and going down. It's gonna happen. Like when you start seeing traits like that in your dogs, you know you're doing something. You know what I'm saying? You know you're developing a line of dogs, right? Whether you want to call them yours or not. And yeah, man. So I figured I'd jump on here for a few ticks and give my spiel on it because I ain't gonna lie, like some of the OGs, they be having me frustrated with the stuff they be saying because it's like instead of instead of reaching out, they go in the comment section and they just try to completely discredit what I'm saying, which is cool. Like I'm not looking for validation or credibility. Like people are listening because it's interesting, right? Like I literally mark my stuff under entertainment. Like, do I think I know some stuff? Yes. Do I believe in what I'm saying? Yes. Does that make it official? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. But I believe I wouldn't be, I would, I don't, I'm not the type to just sit here and troll or like talk to y'all for S and giggles, right? Um, I'd be trying to get something out of these conversations. So when the OGs come on there and they like, it's two of them, and you know what's crazy? We're both the same ethnicity too. So like we can't even say like it's a race driven thing. Like they look like people. It's people that look like me. My biggest haters are people that look like me, right? And so or at least same skin tone. And so I just think it's hilarious because one, I seen, man, I love the comments, y'all. The comment section is crazy because they don't just torch me, they torch each other. So there's one dude, he was in there, he was going, he left like 6, 7 comments, bro. Like 6, 7 comments. He like, yeah, this and that and boo. And he's just like trying to discredit everything I'm saying. And so he said he's been in the dogs for 50 years and uh and he said where he's from, right? And so I'm gonna say Carver got Honey Bunch from a guy in Texas. He didn't breed her. Okay. I don't know. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Um, but dang, you made me forget what I was gonna say. Ah, whatever. Hell, I lost it. But oh yeah, yeah. So I will say this though. I have gotten a lot of phone calls from old school bulldoggers. But this guy didn't decide to call me. He just wanted to go in the comments and just keep it going, right? I'm not going to respond to you. Like, I don't know what you know. I'm not about to sit here and like try to out knowledge you. If you know if you got 50 years in the game, why would I even do that? That would be stupid, right? But you're not teaching me anything. You're just telling me what I don't know. So like at some point, all right, you go to let's say you go to the DMV or you going to do any type of business or anything where you want to get something accomplished, right? You go into Walmart, you go wherever you're going, right? You go to the cash register to make your purchase. You got the cash in your hand, right? In this situation, I'm talking about metaphorically speaking, the cash is knowledge. You got the cash in your hand, right? And you want to make this purchase at the store, and they're like, "Well, I'm not gonna let you buy that because it ain't the right thing to buy, but I won't offer you anything else to purchase either." You know what I'm saying? You're just selling nothing. You know, you're selling nothing, and that's what it felt like with this conversation. So I was like, "Okay, cool, OG. Like, you don't want I can tell you're one of the old guys. You don't want people to be on the internet, but you're on the internet trying to stop other people from going to the internet to talk about dogs. So like it's counterintuitive. It's weird, and it's not okay. And so that's what it was. So then this guy, he's like, I got 50 years in the dogs, and I'm from this state. Blah 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 blah. So then it was funny because somebody pulled his card in the chat, and they was like, well, I'm from the same state and I've been here, I've been here for some whatever long and I've never heard of you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, here we go. And I thought that was hilarious because so you over here harassing me, you supposed to be some big time bulldogger and 50 years and nobody in your own state can vouch for you. Mind you, they end up talking out, and I guess like they did have a mutual acquaintance or whatever. But like it was just hilarious because like his whole tone, like you can see like his whole tone and the cadence of his like messages coming through slowed down when somebody G checked him. I thought it was hilarious because like that's what happens. We all fall short, right? Like maybe you were there, maybe you do have 50 years in there, but nobody knows it, and it can't be verified. And that's another thing. Why would you want to verify that at this point? Why would you want to verify that at this point? Please don't. Not on my accord. You don't have to prove nothing to me, OG. If you say you got 50 years in the game, you got 50 years in the game. That's it. That's what you said. Just like with the pedigrees. If they say that Honey Bunch came off of Iron Hair or Honey Bunch came off of Bully Son, I don't care. That's what they say. That's what it is. I wasn't there. And you ain't got to prove it to me. I already told you. I don't trust. There's not a single OG that I trust to breed a dog the way they say they bred the dog. I don't trust not one of them. And they can take it how they want to take it. But they should know that the stories they've told me are what makes me not believe them. The things that I've seen them have to do, whether they wanted to or not, I can't believe them. And I'm not saying that makes them bad people. They just did what they had to do to get by. And I'm not talking about nothing illegal. I'm talking about like even down to, okay, my homeboy in their situation, not my homeboy, but I'm speaking from that mind state. I'm looking at this 360. They got a homeboy. They know he's not doing the things right with his dogs, but it's their homeboy. Okay, I'm not gonna stop your bread, but I'm not gonna sit here and push this lie with you. Paul Johnson was a good big dog. That's what they was doing. That's what I would expect them to do for their homie. And because of that, I can't trust them. I can listen to what they say, the things that I have experienced or plan to experience. I can adopt their theologies. I can adopt their philosophies on it. I can try it out and see if it works out for me. I've seen guys tell the truth about what they did with their dogs and it not work for somebody else. I've heard about remedies, flea treatments, food, raw nutrition, and it might work for your dog. It might work for you. Don't work for the next guy. So now you're a liar. Now you're a liar. Now they can't trust you. Then what you do? What's good, everybody? So Paul Johnson, I'm here. The discussion started with who is the Sired Honeybunch. If you know, if you know, you think you know the answer, that's cool too. Like this is not a quiz either. I'm just saying like the two dogs that I've heard consistently are Ironhead and Bully Son, right? Um, and like I said, even Tom Garner jumped in this discussion. Like it was a big discussion, y'all. Like it wasn't like an argument discussion. It was just like everybody had their own input on it. And I was like, yo, this is really confusing, especially because the people I made the video for are not people that are like in this and know the lingo. That's why I'm making this whole list of 10 things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier to help out younger people. This ain't about the older people. Like, I'm not here for the older people. Y'all, I'm here to learn from the older people. It's just that some of y'all deliver information so it's so roundabout and so indirect that I can't listen to it. I'm sorry. If it don't go from point A to point B quickly, you lost me. I get blame it on me being a millennial. Blame it on that. Blame it on iPads and short attention span. I don't care what you want to blame it on. But if your story can't get from point A to point B in a reasonable amount of time, I'm not listening to you. I'm sorry. You long winded for no reason. Profoundness lies in simplicity. But a lot of people like to dig. They're like, oh, well, uh, the nuance. Well, the day that she was born on, it was a full moon, so it could have been her mama could have been ovulating, and she could have been pregnant. But well, I don't want to try to hear none of that wah mess. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So yeah, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this, or at least leave this topic with this. In Samurai Kennel's perspective, Honey Bunch is a bully son dog. She did produce Jeep. She produced well with Finley's Bow. She's a granddaughter of Eli, and she was prominent enough to make a line of her own, or make a name for herself. Okay, those are the things that I believe about Honey Bunch. I don't care if they right or wrong. The only way you don't have a person that I respect enough to change my opinion. You can't pull a person out. There's nobody alive, including the dogs, that you could pull out of your pocket to change my opinion. That's just what it is. And that don't make it right or wrong. I'm not trying to be right. I'm just telling you what I think. You know, if you think it was Ironhead, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way. But that's all it is feelings, because you can't prove it either. And even if you like you just can't. Like it is what it is. These are ghost stories at this point. So yeah, I had to put that out there, man. Like, cause it was triggering. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was triggering because the purpose of the post was never to get into like actual like the breeding of Honey Bunch to Eli. And I think what's even crazier is the people that go, why are we even talking about these dogs? They've been dead 40 years, because um, the same people that say that, they don't respect new lines anyways. The same people that say, why are we talking about dead dogs? When you bring up new lines of dogs or new people doing new things with their dogs, you don't respect it. So like, what's the purpose? Yeah, we gonna mention the dog. We gonna mention the dogs that you actually got to identify, because you don't care. You can't identify what's going on right now. You can't identify the dogs from 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, so of course you don't understand. Well, of course we're talking about old dogs because you don't know the new lines. And depending on how they earn their merit, you shouldn't know the new lines. If you want to go know some new lines, go look at the ADVA Gazette. Go look at the Champion of the Week. You'll see a new line in there. And then, okay, so I just got a message, man. Shout out to South Africa, man. Shout out to all these countries to be reaching out to me, bro. Let me explain something to you. I will not ship dogs to a country that I cannot lawfully ship the dogs to registered correctly, all right? And that's not because I don't want you to have the dogs. It's not because I'm a hater. It's because if I get found fraudulent, I have things to lose, and it's just not worth it. It's not. There are kennels that are willing to do that, and they're willing to take that risk for you, bro. Deal with those kennels. I'm not it. Not doing it. All right. I don't care for you to have my dog enough for me to go to that extreme. I just don't. All right, but I appreciate the support. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, like, it's not worth it. It's not. I would rather help you. I would rather help you get the knowledge you need to earn your U.S. citizenship, so you can come over here and deal with all the other crap we have to deal with in our country, You know what I'm saying? Then to mess up my what I got going on to ship a dog somewhere I know I ain't supposed to go, right? And it happens. I get messages at least once a month about, if do I know somebody? And even worse is if you're the police sending these messages, like just stop. Like at this point, you're not you're like you're not I'm not doing it because it's the same. It's the same stuff. They'd be like, okay, hey man, I'm from this country. Uh, I'm really trying to get a pit bull, but uh, do you know anybody they don't even ask you. They don't even mention that it's illegal. They go, do you know anybody who transports from the U.S. to my country? And so the first thing I do is whatever country they give me, I go on Google. I go on Google and Google, or is it legal? Is it lawful to own a pit bull in this country? And 10 times out of 10, it's not. So what they're doing is, if it is the police, they must think I'm a complete freaking idiot. Or two, if you're not the police, you are a complete freaking idiot. But anyway, so they'll send me the message, right? And they ask me, do I know any transporters to do it? So basically what they would be doing is they would be making me snitch. That would be grounds for telling without even trying to tell, like just trying to help somebody out, thinking I'm helping somebody out, right? You think you're helping somebody out because oh man, I really want you to have a dog because I want you to see that I want you to know the joy of owning the American Pit Bull Terrier. I genuinely do. However, when you see things like this, man, you gotta be smarter than that, bro. You gotta be smarter than that. Another thing that they do, another thing they do, and this is like, I don't know, once again, I don't know if it's idiots or police, but I don't deal with either one of them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. So the other thing that they do is they will message me. They will inbox me, they will DM me, they will call me off Facebook, and they will go, hey man, I'm thinking about getting back in the game, man. What kennels do you recommend? Walnut PA, what's good, big dog? I'm thinking about getting back in the game. What kennels do you recommend? First, like if I recommend a kennel to you and it goes bad, it falls on me now. So go do your own research. I'm not fooling with it. Two, if I'm a kennel and you found me, I'm certain you're capable of finding other kennels. Go do the work. It's not hard now. That you can go on Google now and Google American Pit Bull Terrier kennels and find kennels. My thing is, if it's a public kennel, I'd be like, okay, like, look, if they like, where can I get a good dog from? I'm gonna say Tom every time. I'm gonna say Tom every time. Why? Because Tom is an established businessman and he doesn't discriminate. If you have the cash and you can lawfully own an American Pit Bull Terrier, he'll sell the dog to you, right? If I don't say Tom, then I'm gonna say like Ready Red. And the only reason why I say this is because these kennels are public. Like you don't need me to direct you to these kennels. All right. But I feel like these people want me to be like, nah, go over here. This where the good dogs that go over here. And then the next question they gonna ask is, well, what makes them good dogs? All right. Okay. You know. Um, so yeah, man. Like I don't do a lot of the redirecting people like traffic or whatever. I understand now why back in the day people would say you got to come with a reference, like who sent you, like what's your reference, why are you here, how do you even know I have dogs, especially if you're not a public kennel, like that would, you know what I'm saying, like if you're not a public kennel. Now if you on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you out there like advertising publicly, like your page is not private, they don't have to ask for acceptance to your page. Like my page is public, people are going to find Samurai Kennel. I'm trying to be found, right? That's okay for me. Like if people say Samurai Kennel, I don't have a problem with that. The problem is when I have people that are like, no, I just own dogs. I have a registered kennel name because I like to register my dogs. It's cheaper to have a kennel than it is to register individual dogs. And I like to be able to compete in the dog shows. Cool. That's a private kennel that maybe they don't want everybody in their business. Maybe they got a small stock of dogs, 5 or 6 dogs, and they breed selectively and they home them based upon a private network, privatized clients, right? Or maybe they only advertise via official channels. Like the ADBA allows you to advertise on their website. You can pay for ad space or other magazines, right? So if it's a private kennel and they're using control means, which means that they maybe they're private on social media. So like you can find them, but you have to be accepted to be a part of their group. Like I'm not about to just be out here throwing their names out there. Like that, nah. Like that's no. Because that's how you get into some crap, you know what I'm saying? But oh, you sent this person over here and they caused this problem. They got my dog and got my dog messed up and got a babesia or whatever. Like, nah, I'm not sending. I'm not doing the recommending stuff, man. Like y'all, those of y'all that are willing to recommend, that's cool. But I'm not with that either. And it's not the hate. It's just I don't know what I'm sending you. If I don't know the person, I don't know what I'm sending you. So I can't fool with it. I can't get behind that. But yeah, man, it just be some stuff, man. And then there's a couple OGs that have called me. They are legitimately retired and out of the game. And I'm doing my dangest to get them on here so y'all can hear them talk for yourselves because they tell me stuff and I do believe them. And I'll tell you why I believe them. It's not just because they saying names that I'm familiar with. It's because the stories they're telling are beneficial to the dog, but give them no glory themselves. And I'm not saying they got to come out here and be humble or be modest because they don't. They know what they did and what they didn't do. What I'm saying is they can look at a video and be like, "Hey, man, I seen your dog in the video, man. He was really kind of funny, man. You might want to check his paw." Now, mind you, it'd be a video that I recorded years ago, and the dog's paw was torn. The dog's pad was torn in the video, right? And I never told anybody that, but they could see that. Okay, so that's an example of when you know, right? Or if you know, you know. Them people like that, or like y'all seen a video where I went live and I was in the dog ring, in the show ring, and Jim Cortez, uh, my dog wasn't even 3 weeks pregnant, and he looked at her and was like, "That dog pregnant, ain't it?" I was like, "Ain't." I couldn't even physically tell her my dog was pregnant. If I hadn't been there to breed her, I wouldn't have known she was pregnant, right? And but he just looked. He's been around enough dogs to see things that I can't see. That's the kind of stuff that stops me and gets my attention, bro. That it is. It's like, okay, like this is definitely levels to this, and that person is definitely on another level because I only know this information because I did it, and they're telling me what I did, and I know they weren't there because I did it in the privacy of my own backyard, right? I didn't broadcast, I didn't share it to Facebook, I hadn't even told friends yet, right? So there's a level of just respect and understanding that goes without saying that some of the OGs command and deserve. And then some of them like they want to be that OG, but they're just not that. Uh, but yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna be on that level where I can just look at them and just tell everything about them. I don't think I got the bandwidth or the patience right now or the time to even study them on that level. Don't mean I don't love them, but yeah, man. So for those of y'all that tuned in, man, I appreciate it. Uh, I'm about to get in here and handle my business or whatever. Tomorrow's my first day back at work. So today I gotta get my stuff together and get everything squared away. Digital Dog Show coming up this weekend. Y'all make sure y'all come out and support. If you got dogs in Digital Dog Show, make sure you share the link out so your family and friends can come out and support as well. And yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all with the Christian watchword and we're gonna get up out of here. Okay. So for those of y'all that pray, please stay. If not, you're more than free to leave. I'll let you later. Check it out. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. Amen. For the love of the dogs, for the love of the game. Peace.